This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I've been thinking.
What you been thinking about?
Well, so, and a little behind the scenes with no details. We had a network call over the weekend.
Yeah,
and there was a passing mention that a couple of shows have done. Kind of like a, so many days. I think Peter Seraphine is one of them. He turns around and does it's so many days since
day
lockdown.
492 since the 15-day or whatever.
Something like that.
Since 15 days.
And
So Steven Crowder even did a thing for that. He did the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, but I'm thinking I want something because I'm already trying to figure out how we can throw, because a lot of people miss the old man ending. The old Muppets, Waldorf and
they do
Monty or whatever. Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that.
They're like, we want it back.
A lot of people miss that, and so I'm trying to figure out how to kind of incorporate that. But in doing so, I was thinking I don't want to do day number X for whatever necessarily.
Yeah,
but something that for every show would be kind of that would be like a hook for people to listen to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't know, a proverb a day or whatever. Perfect example. And I have kids. I don't know if you've seen it with, you mostly have girls, but do you remember the animated Star Wars show that was on?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've watched it.
Okay. So, at the very beginning of every episode.
It has the...
Yeah, but before it does that, it'll come up in the blue and it'll say some kind of either a proverb or a saying or some kind of deep...
like a Jedi deep saying.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe something like that,
But how would we do that?
I don't know.
That's what are we going to do? Are we going to just do a 10-second segment and just...
No. It wouldn't be... But I'm saying that would be pretty bad. It'd have to be like a playover, I think, if we did it like that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know, just something, start to show off, hey, everybody, blah, blah, blah,
whatever.
But I don't want it to be the same thing because, like I said, Peter Seraphine's got the day count. Brad does and I think Leprechaun does it too. It's the whole, and today is Pancake Day or,
Right, yeah.
Artificial Insemination Day,
sure.
whatever.
Well, that happens.
It does happen. And so I want it to be different. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It literally just hit me as the show come on. I'm trying to think of how to start this.
It's a difficult thing to do with radio because you're talking about doing just like a blurb that pops up. It's difficult to do that. You'd have to do it with voice, which means we'd have to speak it. And
it would have to be, like I said, it would have to be a play over the music and stuff.
Right.
So that would be a thing. And I mean, it could all be done. I'm just trying. My brain is just running wild. This is what happens when you sit at home. Just say it.
I'm just telling you to go do something, man.
Oh no, yeah.
Idle hands. It's
running in circles at this point. I got to get past my allergies though. I've never had allergies.
Until?
And apparently until now.
Until now? This year?
Because I'm beginning to think that's what all this is.
So you're saying North Carolina finally got you?
Finally
got you.
I'm thinking it's the olds.
The olds?
Yeah, I think I'm getting the
olds plus North Carolina?
I don't think North Carolina has anything to do with it. I think it's just the olds. Because you get allergies anywhere.
But North Carolina's really bad.
But I've never had allergies. Ever.
I know.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I've been all over the world.
Yeah, I get it.
Never had allergies.
Get it.
I think I'm just body's kicking in and going, you know what? We're tired of defending you against this.
You didn't do anything to help us anyway.
We're having to divert power to keep the heart pumping. So
good luck.
This is what happens. Shields are down now to 25%. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
Shifting to auxiliary power.
Exactly. We've dropped shields down, Captain.
She doesn't have the power.
I'm giving her all she's got. And people wonder why I don't exercise. Anyway, I don't know. It was just a thought.
Yeah.
A 10-minute
thought. That's a 10-minute thought. That's a pretty hefty thought. It's a hefty thought.
Big Farmer Steve over on Twitter. Not a bad idea to have a gimmick, but perhaps we stay away from the fortune cookie wisdom from at Dylan Lyles.
Yeah. Well,
no,
he's not talking about
too.
Dylan Lyles' fortune cookie wisdom.
Oh, it wouldn't be mine.
It wouldn't be his.
It would be kind of funny,
per se.
Because I know there's a website that has a listing of like fortune cookie stuff.
Yeah, but most of them suck.
It doesn't matter.
Like fortune cookie sayings are terrible.
They are, but they're like millions and billions of them. So all we got to do is pull it up and go, okay. And today's fortune is.
No, I wouldn't even. Just as the show starts, da-da-da-da-da, the music goes down. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Monday, June 14th, year of our Lord 2021. Good times and prosperity will come to you and yours.
In bed.
Your lucky numbers are 13, 27, 73, and 82.
Try them tomorrow.
If you win, we get 10%. Like,
right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Donate.
Right? I don't know. It was just a thought.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, but
Sounds
not
funny.
all thoughts are good ideas. Not all
good thoughts. Not
all thoughts are good thoughts.
That's
not all
right.
ideas are good ideas.
Right. And this is where you take that and you say, okay, put it up on the wall. If you come back to it in a few days, we'll know that you actually mean something by it.
Oh, no. And that's true, too. It's also not, that might be a good idea. It might not be. Not
I'm talking
all of
about
them are-
literally post it up on a wall somewhere.
Yeah. I got to go buy sticky notes for
Yeah,
that.
go buy some sticky notes.
But not all ideas are good ideas. And
Right.
not all things are great ones. The Seattle area county council candidate, say that 5 times fast.
Seattle area council.
Nope. County council candidate.
There
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Once threatened to blow up a school bus and mock the children who fled the vehicle as, quote, cowards.
No, that is actually a mistype.
Oh, wait, it is a mistype?
It is a mistype.
Is it
They
is
omitted
it intentional?
It's an intentional mistype. They omitted a word.
Is it the P word?
No.
Oh.
No. It's white cowards.
Oh, my.
It's not just cowards. It's white cowards.
Oh, nice.
You'll understand when you get to the name.
Oh, good. I'm already trying to enunciate it. Progressive candidate, Ubax Gardahir. There you go. Gardahir. Ubax Gardahir. Which, I'm sorry, sounds
Gardiri.
like... No, Gardahir.
Guard here.
The E is silent.
No.
It's at the end.
No, not always.
Gardahir. Okay, fine. Ubax Gardahiri. Which, I was going to say, sounds like a character name you'd give on Skyrim or something.
Yeah.
Or TNT. What is your name? I am Ubax Gardahiri.
Aha!
I am a 20-level Goliath barbarian. Okay.
And a female.
And a female.
With that voice.
I have a stealth weapon of armpit hair that just lunges from my arm. It's a grappling hook. Anyway. Progressive candidate Ubax Gardahiri is running for the King County Council in Seattle, Washington area.
She's Muslim.
No.
And of a darker shade.
No. And has been endorsed by some local Democratic officials, including the state senator Rebecca Slandana, who she said, quote, would follow Ubax anywhere.
Including on the bus?
Well, Ubax didn't go on the bus.
Ubax did get on the bus.
Oh, she did.
She was on the bus.
Oh, she got on the bus and said there's a bomb on here. And you can't. No,
Yeah.
you can't jump the story like that.
No.
Anyway, continuing the story that has been so interrupted by spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
However, in 2010, Gardahiri faced felony charges after she boarded a Highline school district bus, making its morning rounds, and demanded that the driver inform his dispatch that, quote, a national security incident was going on, according to court documents reviewed by Fox News. Mm-hmm. After demanding the driver send her message to dispatch, Gardahiri, who is today the director of Equitable Development Division, in Seattle's Office of Planning and Community Development.
The EDDSOPCD.
Yeah. Proceeded to verbally attack the Chinook middle school children that were on board the school over America's relationship with Somalia, according to court documents. Because middle school children know everything and are completely privy to the situations going on in Somalia.
I don't know about you. But my elementary grade children know everything that is going on with Somalia.
They do.
Definitely.
Totally?
Completely.
Enough to bring one of them over here and start talking about
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. No.
I'd call that
not
bluff,
at all.
But
not at all.
I don't even think we're dealing with Somalia. Are we?
Well, at the time in 2010?
No. Somalia was like in the 90s, if my memory serves me correctly.
But there's been stuff going on in Somalia since then.
Not us. Not that we've helped them.
She didn't care.
Oh, God. Anyway.
She's a Somali immigrant.
Quote, more than one student reported her, saying Americans were bad people.
Uh-huh.
And that Gardahari was not the parent of any children on the bus. So she just picked a bus and got on it and said, I'm going to be a douche.
School bus, yeah.
When the driver and students told Gardahari to get off the bus, the now county council candidate, keep that one in mind.
CCC, not KKK.
Yeah, told them, well, I'm just saying. Told them multiple times that they needed to calm down because she could have a bomb, quote unquote, and might have a gun. So she could and might.
Yep.
That's what I've been like, but do you?
It's like,
do you?
It's like, okay.
Do you?
Present them.
Yeah, brandish it, please. If you do that, then I will listen to you. If not, I'm going to clothesline you off of my bus.
I'm going to kick you into the door and then open it.
No, I'm going to kick you and then time it right so the door doesn't catch you. It opens up and you go, wee.
Yeah, exactly.
Quote, you need to calm yourselves down because I could have a bomb. Look how loose my clothes are.
Nobody wants to look at you in your clothes.
That was a quote by Gardahari, according to an audio recording of the incident described in court documents. I'm sorry. That's...
You need to calm down because I could have a bomb. I may have a gun. Look at how loose my clothes are.
That's like a white guy turning around trying to woo a woman. You know you want this. Look how loose my clothes are. It could be huge.
It could be anything.
It could be. You never know.
You don't know.
You have to unwrap this package. I'm just saying though, but it's the exact same logic. And as you could hear the cackling in the background, you know it's just as funny.
Yes, it is.
But for some stupid reason, we took that one seriously. I don't know why. Post-Millennial, which figured out the court documents in an article published Friday, noted that the deputy prosecutor, Gretchen Holgram, said that the students started fleeing the bus through the emergency exit. Gardahari called them cowards. The court documents also say that at least one student heard her call the fleeing students actually white cowards. Quote, while speaking in the middle school with the middle school students, the defendant stated that she might have a bomb and might have a gun, Holgram wrote into the King County Court. Quote, when students attempted to escape out of the back of the bus, she called them cowards and told them that they were responsible if something happened to their classmates.
Yep.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either, but
because one, you obviously didn't do. I'm gonna give it a quote. Several students believed she had a weapon of some kind, and many feared for their lives. Holgram added. A detective with King County Law Enforcement said Gardahari had declared that she was, quote, prepared to die, end quote, but revealed she did not have a weapon on her.
Hello, my name is Ubax Gardahari. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You have a bad relationship with my own country.
Prepared. I am prepared to die.
I am prepared to die. That's basically it. Gardahiri was hit with felony charges, including kidnapping, but pled guilty to a misdemeanor as part of a pretrial agreement with prosecutors.
What was a pretrial agreement? That she wouldn't get on another school bus again?
If she pled something less, then she wouldn't get in trouble for a felony? I don't know.
And that she could, maybe run for council later.
According to a Seattle Weekly article in 2010, Gardahiri suffered from postpartum depression after the birth of her son 3 years prior.
Still?
3 years later. Now I understand that postpartum can last a while. I believe it is upwards average of a year.
Yeah.
3 years later?
3 years later?
3 years later.
Mm.
You think that would fly?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Mm-mm.
You don't think your wife could turn around and go, my daughter was born 12 years ago?
Well, let's say, okay, so our youngest is, how old now?
Wow.
3?
Great father.
3? He's 3, right?
Yeah.
He's 3.
Even the kids saying 3.
Yeah, 3. We just had a birthday for both of them.
Yeah, you do have, they're all clustered.
Yeah, shut up.
Someone didn't plan it out, let's just say. Anyway.
Of course they didn't plan it out.
3 years old. The youngest is 3. Continue.
3. All right.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't see postpartum depression happening for that long. For 3 years? 3 years.
Well, but that's, no, we're not going to count that.
No.
We're not going to count that because that's not fair. The oldest is what, 9?
No, 11.
11, that is right.
Yeah.
God, I'm old.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Because I remember when she was little.
I could talk about some more not so great things, 11-year-old, on the air.
Anyway, 11.
Embarrass you.
11. So, do you have postpartum from your 11-year-old being born 11 years ago?
No. The answer's no.
The answer was no.
No,
Okay.
there was definitely a no. It was a solid no.
I think the answer we might have been looking for would have been yes, but
No.
because it apparently worked for this lady.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind next time you get a speeding ticket.
Postpartum.
Postpartum. My 11-year-old was born 11 years ago, and I just can't handle it.
I've had a couple kids since then, but it doesn't make a difference.
It's all compounded.
Compounded postpartum depression.
Just as I got ready to get rid of one of them, I got another one.
It's so terrible.
The other 3 are all so close in age. It's just like one giant thing. I'll probably have this until my mid-60s. Oh, my God. She also said her mental health worsened after visiting her in-laws in Dubai.
Wait, Dubai?
Yeah.
That's not Somalia.
No, well, it was en route to Somalia. You know why it was? She went to Dubai and went, oh, wow, there's a lot of money here. Oh, wow, you people have like filthy stinker rich. Oh, crap, I'm going back to Somalia.
Yeah, see, that's her own fault.
That's what that crap is.
She visited Dubai.
She's got a bad case of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, of Dubai.
Of Dubai.
So it's not even the Joneses.
What would it be? I was just thinking that. It's not the Joneses. What
The
would it-
Patels.
The Patels.
It's the Patels.
The Patels. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's close enough.
Oh, my God. Quote, I'm thinking in my head.
No, you're not.
Yes, I know. Lie number 1. What can I say or do to get you taken to jail instead of a mental institute? Gardahiri said at the time.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
She's thinking to herself, how can I get put in jail instead of mental institutions?
So you know you're crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you truly know that you're crazy. And
Yeah.
instead of going and putting yourself into a mental hospital
Yeah, she's a few,
and getting help,
few forks short of a full silverware drawer.
You decided to falsely ransack a bus and technically abduct a bunch of children?
Yeah. Gardahiri appeared to change her story in a recent interview to the South Seattle Emerald. However, where she claimed that she was, quote unquote, criminalized for having a, quote, mental breakdown, end quote, after the threatening a bomb on a school bus. So it wasn't her fault. She was criminalized. She was just targeted by being a dark-skinned Muslim woman
who was having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, how dare you? You know, she didn't have the weapon on her. She didn't
do anything like that. It's not that she just spoke out and said, I could have a bomb right now.
that's okay. That she gets hit with a misdemeanor, but you scream fire in a crowded movie theater and apparently it's a felony? How does that work? And a federal one at that, might I add.
Yeah.
So how does that work out? That doesn't quite make a whole lot of sense to me.
That's right.
But whatever. Let's see. Sweatimus Prime over on Twitter. So what I'm hearing is don't trust at Stephen Airy to chuck the grenades. He would forget to pull out the pin. Yes.
No.
That's
No. The pen was already out.
So you're just a trainer, is what you're saying. You just
I just keep on throwing grenades.
There's just certain things.
Let's just say I drop bombs. That's
one's about to explode any minute now. Time's come, man, friend. Hit 3 years old.
That,
3 years old. That time has rolled around.
You say that.
It has and not to necessarily try to air out any personal stuff, but has anybody gotten any seen any doctors about any snippages of anything?
No.
Then the bomb could drop at any moment. It's like traveling with nitroglycerin. It's
gonna go off
it
eventually.
too much, it's gonna blow. So
Right.
The only way to neutralize it is just dump a bunch of water into it.
Right.
And you haven't done that yet.
I'm not going to.
You're still traveling with nitroglycerin.
Always.
Which means the bomb could go off at any moment.
I like to play dangerously.
Clearly. What are you, John McClane now? You die hard?
I live life in the fast lane.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Good Lord, have mercy.
I know. It's great.
No, it's not. It's not great.
It's great. What are you talking about?
Stupid.
Kylie, your sister.
My sister.
Dylan has zero room to talk here.
No, I don't.
Zero room.
I have
zero.
No.
Zero.
No.
Zero room.
No, I have two.
And?
I have two.
Uh-huh.
I have two.
Zero room.
How does I have zero room? You have four.
You were in the Navy.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
That doesn't count?
It does too.
No.
Yes.
No. There is no way that some little Taiwanese or not Taiwanese. Some little
Japanese.
No, it was never a Japanese. There's no way it's
What?
No, I didn't.
What?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Weren't you there?
I did.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. It was really weird.
Why not?
I'm not.
Wait, you were there.
I know. I was also 18, 19 years old, homeschooled my entire life. I didn't know how to pick up girls. The honest to God, and this is
all you had to do was make sure you could grow a beard.
I couldn't because I was in the military.
You were also very lanky and awkward at the time.
I was.
And taller than everybody by 2 feet.
Well, they are all after. Well, the moment I showed up, they were like, out the gate, they're like, be careful about getting with local women because all they're after, most of them are only after a green card. Mm-hmm. And I saw it constantly.
Yeah.
Guys would go through the base had a requirement you had to go for so long. And they did. They would go through it and they're like, oh no, we're committed. They get married and 6 months later,
cut.
She's gone.
With a greenie.
And with a green card, there was nothing you could do about it.
Whew.
But and maybe 2 or 3 kids in tow. So now it's child support on top of all that.
Yep.
No, it was just it was a bad day. But no, I slightly embarrassing. I am not proud to admit this, but honest to God, the only times I ever did anything like that while in my military stretch, I paid for it.
Once again, you have no room to talk.
And it was only like twice. So I don't expect
James over there.
I don't expect, again, some little Singapore kid or Taiwanese or Thai child to show up here and go, "You are my father." No, I don't.
That's terrible. That's a terrible accent too.
Well,
jeez, what is wrong with you?
Sinuses are
over on the
still
YouTubes. James, he's letting us know. I'm in the U.S. military. The greatest pickup line ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like apparently I'm not charming. I like to pretend I am, and I try to, but
no.
Yeah.
No,
actually, James, in Australia it was different. You would go buy the ship hats out of the ship store. You would write a time and address and just throw them over the side of the pier.
And wait.
And there would be at least 2 or 3
that would pop up
every time.
Wow.
I didn't do it, but I've heard the stories. Apparently, it was that easy. So
wow,
yay them.
Hey. So you're saying everybody was jonesing for a Sheila?
Yeah. Apparently, it was pretty easy.
Easy Sheilas.
That's what they said. There we go. I didn't get my notification again.
Again?
And I turned the damn thing on.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
And your phone.
Oh, here we go.
There you did.
Now it's on right.
There it is.
It's on right. There we go. Now I could do this, and then I can do this. Giddy up, pompa mau mau. Da 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 da. Beg your pardon. What?
We'll say it over the break.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
To you.
And you. And you. And you. And you. And you.
That was the Nazis coming, taken away, though.
Oh, well.
It's Jew and Jew and Jew and Jew.
Oh, that's sad. It's accurate, but
sad.
Still sad.
Yeah, I know.
We've hit the days you can't make jokes like that anymore.
That's true, technically.
I mean, you can, but
you can, but you're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get ready to get ostracized like nobody's business.
I already am.
Me too.
I don't care.
I don't give a flying fig. Da, 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 da. Okay. And just like that, it's over.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, wow. Apparently you have something in common. Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. Glad to hear that Stephen Area and I are in the same boat. Bad pull. I have 3 in less than 5 years.
Yep. That's very true. Good job there. Swindler's Prime over on the Twitters at Dylan Lyles. Just remember, you weren't paying for it. You were paying them to leave.
No, actually, that's in America. That's not over because
it's up front.
No, the place I went to, like I guess it actually qualified as a brothel. It was really weird. So you walk through the door.
Yeah.
The one I went into, and allegedly they are all like this. But you'd walk through the door, and on one side is a wall.
Yeah.
And on the other side is plexiglass with like steps.
Yep.
And a bunch of ladies just sat there all day long, playing on their phone, doing nails, whatever, just sitting there. And you walk down to the end of the hall, and at the end, just before the door, you still see all the plexiglass stuff, is whoever's running the front desk, air quotes.
Yeah.
And you walk in and say, yes, I would like blank. And they go, okay, pick. And you stand in these giant bay windows and you picked. And then they carried you back into a room and you got washed off and, they showered you and everything else and put the proper equipment and coverages on it and things like that. And then deeds were done. You got back out. They washed you back off again and then they sent you out the door. So they were paying me to leave. I was paying to make sure they got me out the door. I don't know
how that works.
That's how it was. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not proud of that experience. It's not something
that you're not saying as a
no
as a push.
No. I'm not proud of it.
This just happened. It happened in his life.
It was honestly, and I'm looking back, it was one of the worst decisions of it. But it was just along the same lines of the whole smoking weed with my dad thing. It was like, so I can just say I did it.
I did it.
I really wish can't say I. I wish I could say.
You wish that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You're like, I've seen a bunch of guys that did it. I never did. And I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've seen a lot of very, what I thought were very committed husbands
into one.
Get to one particular port every time.
Wow.
And everything went out the window. And I'm like, oh my, and not for nothing, it's not exactly the cleanest of places either.
But it just happened to be like the one port that they
that was the one that they did. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, if you're going to do that, like, which I do not condone, but you definitely don't do it in a place where your chances of collecting and taking something back with you are
is like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
At least try to be clean.
Just try a little bit for crying out loud.
Southern Ohio Jackos wants to know, are you sure they were ladies?
At
least the one that he got.
Well, I'll put it like this: if any of them weren't actually ladies, it was all post-op.
Got it.
And I didn't know.
So no lady boys.
No.
That was the other one down the street.
I've heard guys go into that one. Actually, I knew of a group of guys who intentionally
went to the lady boys
because it was kind of, and it's usually how they would haze the new guy for their department.
Oh, they'd take him to the lady boys.
But they would take him there, but it was also done as a bet. Like, how long could you go before you just broke down?
And you realized?
No, but you knew, but like, how far would you go?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out.
There was this group, and
I'm out.
I
would have been out immediately.
I passed them several times, and it was always dumb games like that. Like, one time it was that one. It was how far would you go with the kind of a man boy or a man woman, and the other one that I remember too was, who could get with the like nastiest, ugliest, like the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. You know,
how low can you go?
Pretty much. Exactly.
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 Speaking of the worst and how low can you go,
I don't know how low I can go.
The aunt of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez threw a wrench in the New York Democrats' narrative about Puerto Rico.
You don't say.
Yeah, the Puerto Rico narrative, telling their reporters recently that Trump was to blame for all the troubles.
That's what AOC said.
Yeah, Trump was to blame.
Yeah.
For all the troubles that were happening in Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, the aunt of AOC, who lives there in Puerto Rico, said, no, that's not the case.
It's kind of weird that, one, it's a little weird that they're going to accuse the president of the United States for being the cause of problems for a something that's only a territory.
Right, protectorate issue.
And I understand that everybody's like, well, it's still a territory, and they help each other out. They help. They don't. It's not the same. They don't get the same benefits as a state. You know what I mean? Like there was a couple of, well, out there they call them typhoons, but that hit Guam. Guam is a territory of the United States.
Yep.
Then none of them bitched ever at all.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? I mean, granted, they're way the hell out there, so they couldn't get really help like that anyway. But I digress. You're not a state. You do reap some benefit for being a U.S. territory, but not a lot. Not a lot. And
so just for clarification, here's the whole story of what AOC decided to say.
Okay.
She visited her mom or her grandmother in Puerto Rico.
Oh, the one that she's been lying about.
Her abuela.
Yeah, the one she's been lying about, the one that says lives in poverty.
Right. That
she wouldn't accept money that had been raised
for her abuela.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Yeah. She said, just a week ago, my abuela fell ill.
Uh-huh.
I went to Puerto Rico to see her. My first time in there in a year because of COVID. This is her home. Hurricane Maria's relief hasn't arrived. Trump blocked relief money for Puerto Rico. Quote, in the aftermath of Maria, the Trump admin oversaw two key items handling millions of public money to unqualified donor pals, i.e. whitefish. What the other was to impose extremely difficult eligibility rules for Puerto Ricans, which allowed mass rejections of recovery funds and of their applications. She alleged.
Allegedly.
Just to throw this out there, you know, Hurricane Maria was in 2017.
Oh, Maria, Maria. She didn't care.
No, I know. It was 2017. Like Trump had just barely been in office, and it has been proven repeatedly that the mayor of like San Juan and all that jazz, and
didn't want
whoever was the governor of the island or whatever, like got to a point where they're like, yeah, no, we're
good.
We're just going to stage all this stuff right here, and everybody's going to suffer, and we're not going to take anything from you.
They literally sent down food and money and water and like clean water and everything, and they just set it at the airport
and just left it. So again, this happened in 2017. Last I checked, this is 2021.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. 4 years.
Yeah,
4 years.
Yeah.
If Puerto Rico is still struggling and in a horrible tizzy because of something, a hurricane that happened 4 years ago, then now it's Puerto Rico's fault, not Donald Trump's fault.
Well, some reporters went down to Puerto Rico and they found Ocasio-Cortez's grandmother's house.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, though. Hold on. I thought Puerto Rico was all but wiped off the map.
Oh, no. It's
the hurricane had destroyed everything.
No, it's fine.
So how did he find her house? What is it,
she had a house still.
She had the house. No, so you just said it.
She still has it.
Had one.
She has one now.
And no, they did. You're right.
She's currently living
That's
in
what I'm saying. She had it.
Yeah.
And because it was destroyed and wiped off of the face of the earth, they now have like this bamboo, giant banana leaf type roof on it.
No, she has a house.
But
she has a house.
A house.
Like a house.
Not a FEMA trailer.
Mm-mm.
A house. Like on a foundation.
FEMA trailers kill you anyway.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah. So this reporter, they went to Puerto Rico. They went to the abuela's house. And then they decided that they found somebody outside who identified themselves as Ocasio-Cortez's aunt.
Nope. Double tap. Sorry.
That's fine. And this is kind of what they found out.
It just kind of hit me.
Yeah.
They found somebody that claims to be her aunt.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Would you admit if you found out you had some lineage to her? Some Thai family thing?
Me personally?
You personally?
No.
So, I don't know. Something about that just,
No, you know what? I would. Thinking about it a little bit more, I would.
You would?
I would.
Why?
Because then I would have some grounds to actually say, to hit back on her even more. It's like, no, she's my family. I can talk about it.
Make sure you send her a Christmas card every year.
Yeah, you stupid son of a...
No. Like and you guys are not exactly the darkest of families. So it would be really good to have y'all like just a normal family picture every year and just like
send it over to her.
Send it nothing because she won't accept it or like get lost in the mail. So you drive up and like literally like nail it to her front door. And you take a copy into like the Capitol building,
slide it under the doormat, and
pass it out to people as you walk out the door. Look, see,
this is me and her.
This is me and the family. We're related right there. It's right there. AOC. It's right there.
AOC's long relative. It's like third cousins. It's great.
Still,
we're related.
Still,
yeah, I would do it. I think I would do it at that point.
Yeah, but yours is like out of what one would argue was a kind of a malicious.
Yeah.
You're just kind of being a douche.
Yeah.
Like,
I would.
Forget the douchery side of it. Like, would you admit that somebody that...
Stupid?
I don't know. I don't know if it's stupid. I really don't.
I'm pretty sure I have some stupid family, so...
Oh, we've all got stupid family. But I'm talking somebody that's... I don't even to say corrupt. Somebody who's that intentional...
Okay.
On not doing your job and everything like somebody like that, like just whatever you want to classify her as,
right.
Whether she's dumb, ignorant, corrupt, whatever, all of the above. Would you want to be associated with that?
Would I want to? No. Would I say if she was and I was asked and I was forced to acknowledge it? Yes, I would.
No, I
would.
I would if I could.
Yeah. So here is what happened.
Okay.
When we politely approached the 2-story flat roofed residence, we were met by a woman who told us emphatically after viewing AOC's tweets I'm her aunt. We don't speak for the community.
But here you are speaking
Right.
for the, okay.
We don't speak for the community. The relative who refused to give her name added, we are private people. We don't talk about our family.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're talking
Oh, no.
to a reporter. You're
Yep.
admitting you're the aunt. If you
Yep.
don't speak of the family, if you're not doing all of this stuff, then why are you talking? Something that doesn't make sense to me. And maybe I'm just thinking too deep into this, but
She then refused to blame former President Donald Trump for the hurricane relief issues with Maria and any of the rest of the problems that happened.
well, I mean, it's okay. So that's truth. I mean, it wasn't. his
it's
fault.
truth. It's not his fault. But the hurricane happened, and that was it. He gave support for the people, but the government didn't accept it.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't like this because she just claimed to be her aunt. No, there's no verification. We don't know this.
Well, I mean, we didn't verify it personally.
No, I don't mean we, but I'm talking about even here. Like it says that in the from the Daily Mail, they approached the 2-story flat-roofed residence and was met by a woman who told us emphatically
That's my aunt.
after viewing AOC's tweets, I'm her aunt, blah, blah, blah. But she refused to give her name. Like,
because she doesn't want her name in the paper.
then why are you talking at all?
Because they showed up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't. You
don't like it?
I don't like it
You don't like
because
it?
there's no. You can't prove it. And at this point in time, like,
Well, I mean, if you can prove that that was the same place. They did track it down from the videos and photos that AOC showed.
no, that's fine. But just because so they were able to figure it out and track it down and blah, 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 blah. You mean to tell me they couldn't have possibly have planted somebody there? Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, yeah.
I need to, in this day and age, we need to be.
We need full verification.
Yeah,
or
we need to
nothing
be
else.
able to verify. If you say you are her aunt, then by God, you need to be able to at least give your name so we could go back and do a 23andMe or whatever. So we could go back and do Ancestry.com, something to make sure that everything
we need to join together here and make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, because now, in my humble opinion, now my reputation's on the line.
Right.
Because now I'm saying you're her, and then it could be nothing.
Well, yeah, that's why we say that the reporter claims that that's her and everybody else, or the Daily Mail claims.
But why would you?
Because they want to, and they want.
And
the
I got
story.
that, but
Yeah.
I guess I
want the
wouldn't.
story.
I couldn't do that.
So if it's real, then obviously AOC has some family issues.
Yes. No.
Yes. Anyway,
I can't imagine all of her family being like her. I can't.
no. Well, I can't imagine most of them being like her, especially if they're from Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't imagine it. So
Doesn't make any sense, right?
no, it does. She left Puerto Rico to get a college education. I use that term loosely. And she went up to New York and went to Columbia or wherever the hell that she went to and
then became a bartender
got indoctrinated.
and became a bartender.
And became a bartender.
That's right. Southern Ohio Jackal. Well, if she is your family, you're not the dumbest.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, and I guess, every cloud has a silver lining.
Right.
So there you go. Adam W. Johnson on Twitter, at Stephen Aries, slides a family picture under AOC's door at the Capitol. Will she go to TikTok and accuse Ted Cruz of trying to kill her?
Yes.
Probably. Probably. Because that's what she does.
Yep.
Everything about her is wanting her to die. For some reason, she thinks that.
Everyone's trying to kill her.
Or no, just Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is trying to kill her.
Because he comes from the state that loves guns, which I found out, was it today? I have to go double check this. I seen it on Facebook and I didn't verify it, but supposedly I think Tennessee is getting ready to be a permitless carry state.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, fully open carry.
Yeah, well, no, completely.
Yeah, full open carry.
Full open.
You don't have to have a permit for anything.
No permit
you
for
just
nothing.
go buy your guns. Whenever
Well,
you want.
obviously, if you're going for something that's banned federally, you have to
go buy your
automatically-
regular pistols or whatever.
Yeah, but you can buy whatever you want and not have to worry about permits or nothing. I'm a little upset if that's true in Tennessee. I'm a little upset that why didn't Texas get this first? Like Texas should have been doing this forever. I'm a little upset that North Carolina
hasn't gotten it first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
With
we've got
Cooper in office, do you really think?
We've got full open carry in North Carolina. At least we've got open carry. It's just we don't have the whole permitless buy.
Well, they're trying to get rid of it.
They were trying to get rid of everything.
They
were trying to get rid of concealed carry altogether and saying that you can conceal no matter what. They were trying to get rid of all the verifications of concealment.
I think it's dumb, but
yeah.
I also paid money for the class and the training and all the stupidness and then the certification and going in and getting the license and waiting for it and yada, 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 and carrying it around for 4 years or whatever it is. And
right.
Let's see. Big Pharma Steve over on Twitter. Next time at Stephen Airy gives a high-pitched yes, he needs to throw a finger snap too.
Can you do it? I can do the Z snap. You need a Z snap? Are we going here?
You're fabulous.
Yes.
I think he just means like that.
Nah, I got to do the Z.
Oh. You got to put your own little spin on it.
Yeah, it's got to do the Z. If you're not going to do the Z, then there's no point in it.
So, anyway, with the COVID being the way it is, it has been, it's a lot of restrictions and a lot of things on it. A lot of events have been canceled. Things have not been able to happen.
Sure.
And even now they're slowly opening things to a point only virtually. But
I don't want to see this virtually.
If you're living in Philadelphia, however, good news.
Yes.
Good news.
All right.
Nude bicycling is back.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It is.
No.
It is.
No.
No, apparently it's a thing.
No.
Anyone who would like to take part in the annual 10-mile Philly naked bike ride on August 28th. No, on August 28th, there is no shrinkage.
Oh, it's August. Yeah, you're right.
If you got shrinkage in August,
you got problems.
So, yeah.
Say Philadelphia is usually cold, so
yeah, but not in August.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about, obviously you can go full nude. It's all great. It's all back up and running on the 28th. Everything's running great.
Yep, right.
Okay, well, hold on. I did say fully nude.
You did.
You're not entirely nude.
What, you got to wear like knee pads?
No.
Helmet?
No.
You got to like do like a little bikini thong thing, the banana hammocks? No?
No.
You got to at least have a shirt on?
No.
You got to anything?
No. You have to wear a mask.
Like goggles?
No, like a face mask, like we've been having to wear for the past year.
Like hockey mask?
Nope.
Like
a little surgical
the
mask.
Full helmet?
No.
We're going no. We're going to go full bike helmet here?
Face covering. You have to wear a mask, face covering.
So face condoms.
Because COVID, for health reasons.
Oh.
Now, again, bear in mind, you are naked on a bicycle.
Right.
In Philadelphia.
Yes.
In August.
Mm-hmm. I hope everybody has a seat. It's all just.
Well, if you don't, then good for you. But no, I'm just saying, you're riding a bike. Naked.
Yes.
In the streets of Philadelphia.
Yes.
In August. But you have to wear a mask for health reasons.
That seems very, very health conscious.
You don't have to wear a helmet. Don't have to wear knee pads.
Very health conscious.
You don't have to wear elbow pads. You don't have to wear any other protective gear at all.
Right.
As you briskly pedal down the streets of Philly.
Downtown.
Philadelphia is not exactly a free of crime.
It's true.
I mean, I don't see how you would be, mugged when you don't have anything on you, quite literally.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And you're also surrounded by a bunch of people doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'd probably want to stay away from that.
I wouldn't get anywhere close to that.
Opinion. They will be traversing the streets of the city of brotherly love for 3 hours.
A 3-hour tour.
Worked out great for Gilligan. Passing such sites as the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall that are popular with tourists and families.
A 3-hour tour.
Yeah, with their bits and pieces festooned with body paint and other decorations to advocate for biking and cyclist safety.
I do. Okay.
They're
All right, hold on.
also protesting fossil fuels
Yeah.
and promoting positive body image
Okay.
while riding on rubber tires made from fossil fuel.
Yeah. Okay.
Just throwing that out.
It's just, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Okay.
You got something?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Bits and pieces. Decorated. Advocating for biking and cyclist safety.
Not wearing a helmet, not wearing pads, not wearing any kind of protective clothing at all.
No safety at all. Riding in the middle of the street.
In your birthday suit.
Yeah, that
In front of tourists and families.
kind of counterintuitive there.
Just a tad. But despite the fact that the city has lifted most of its COVID-19 rules in the wake of the plummeting cases and an increasing rate of vaccinations among citizens, only one set of cheeks will be allowed to be bare for anyone hoping to join the mobile streaking event.
Only one set.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's not your face. So at least if there's been a person out there
Yeah.
who has ever been curious about being in the nudes in public, you can now do this and have your face covered. So you can at least hope that you don't have some identifying marks
On your body.
Right. To point you out. Then you could do this and experience it without being embarrassed to have your face, say, plastered on TV or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Because you're wearing a face mask.
Right.
Now, I couldn't do this for a myriad of reasons. I
won't do this.
Well, I'm not. That's a different topic altogether. I definitely won't either.
I won't.
But like fitting the whole,
yeah,
identifying marks. I am what they call tattoo in excess.
No, you're not.
Well, I mean,
you're not.
Tattoo laden.
You enjoy the tattoo.
I do. If I had money, I would be like, not quite those weird people that have it over like their face and over all of everything, which I say weird because my baby sister has them on her face. And then like, that's not my cup of tea, but she likes them and I don't. But anyway, no, but like I would have like a way more than what I've got. Okay. Point is I have identifying marks.
A lot of them.
On top of being fat.
Yeah.
On top of riding a bike.
The beard.
On top of riding well, you wouldn't know that. If I did it right, I'd cover it up with a face mask and you wouldn't see it. You could. I'd wear a gaiter or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it'd cover all that, but it wouldn't matter because, and then again, I'm fat. I'm riding a bicycle in August.
Hairstyle.
For 3 hours.
Hairstyle.
Yeah. Well, I'd wear a helmet for safety. I'd be the only safety conscious one there. Or whatever that top of the burqa thing is where it just covers the mouth and just the hair like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd do that. But again, it also requires me to get naked and go ride a bike in public in the streets of Philadelphia. And there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that I would do something like that.
Right.
But good news, it's back on.
So have fun with that.
Ride organizers said that they were, quote, going to stick with their initial mask guidance for now, according to the WCAU.
I'm glad you continued that sentence.
Yeah.
Going to stick.
I know. Well, they said it. It was a quote.
I know.
However, things could change, lead organizer Wesley Noonan Sassa said.
Who? What?
Wesley Noonan Sassa. Hyphenated word. Hyphenated name.
Ah, got it. That's the last name. Got it.
Because, if you hyphenate a name, it sounds classy.
Noonan Sassa.
Those are the people that, eat with their pinky up.
I drink my coffee with my pinky up.
I do sometimes. The group will continue to keep tabs on what the city says about COVID restrictions over the next several weeks because, that's important.
Safety. Because safety, that's very important.
The organizers also, quote, recommend wrapping something soft around your seat, such as a t-shirt or bandana, especially if you rent a bike.
You're renting bikes?
Would you rent a bike you're going to put your bare ass on?
I wouldn't rent bikes to people who are going to put their bare ass on.
I wouldn't either.
I'd say, are you naked? They'd say yes. I'd say go to the next place.
Yeah, take your business elsewhere, sir.
Have fun.
Not
somewhere else.
Today.
I don't want to have to clean that off.
Charge them like a extra $400 or $500
cleaning fee
to sterilize the bike.
Yeah, if you want to pay an extra $200 cleaning fee to fully sanitize after you're done for 3 hours.
Seat replacement and everything else.
Yeah, no.
We take the seat off, we take it in the backyard, and we incinerate it.
And then we put a new seat on.
Put a new seat on. What you don't have to worry about incinerating is American Pride Roasters coffee. That's at AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Because they never incinerate their beans. Instead, they are flavorfully roasted.
It is a historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Yep.
Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Go to the Facebook page, Defenders Live Radio Show. Like, follow, share for all that stuff, and get your comments in. We will be right back. Got a whole other hour to go. Stay there. Adam W. Johnson said is a good rule for videotaping a naked bike ride. Make sure the audio is shut off. No, I think you spelled video wrong. I'm just saying. You spelled video wrong.
You did.
It happens. I understand the autocorrect and all that jazz. It's okay. B from the SAV. I'd always protect my head. Really? See what you did there. My ex-wife got a face tattoo, and the first time I saw it, I said, "How you doing, Chicote?" She didn't get the joke. It made it even better. I don't have nothing against them. Like, if it's your thing, like it's my sister's thing. Like, she likes it, and it's, I don't see anything. I just see, I don't do it. I would never do it.
Right. It's not a personal preference.
Partly because I'm just a little bitch, and I know how much that would probably hurt. And two, I've got a beard, so most of my face is already covered to begin with.
Uh-huh.
And three, I've never seen, like, the only one I've ever seen that even remotely seemed like okay was the one Tyson got, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And the only reason that actually is good is if you're young and in your prime and you could whip ass. When you're in your 70s,
that's not that great.
It doesn't do anything for you at that point. It just looks like you did something stupid.
Looks like you got some black smudges there.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you can make it out, like, it still just doesn't, it would just look dumb. So, no, God willing and the creek don't rise, I'm going to try and get more stuff done. I need to get my sleeve done. I'm ready to get my hands and knuckles done.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the whole hands and knuckles thing.
I would. I'm like, that's the one I want the most, but I won't do it until this gets full up, like, till they get full, because it's too open for me. Like, to me, you don't do your hands and knuckles until
you got a sleeve.
You've run out of room.
Yeah.
Is the point, I would think.
You don't do the gloves without the sleeves.
Exactly. So I'm not far from it, because if my plan works, I'm going to put something like right here and then get them to do like what they did with this, where they'll put shading around it.
And merge it.
And it'll all kind of merge into one big thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then next time will be hands and knuckles, and then I'll be done. Well, I'll be done, because I won't be able to afford it by that point. I'll be pushing 50, and
that wouldn't be good.
It'll be like, it's too late.
Skin's getting kind of thin here, bud.
Yeah. Have to soak myself at preparation age for like a month before I go in and get it done. Got to tighten that skin up.
Got to make it tight. Tight like a tiger.
Wow.
What?
I need to watch that movie again. Oh, guess what's free on YouTube right now?
What?
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
I'm going to make the girlfriend watch it.
Good. You should.
I know. I want to so badly. Of course, she also technically has to finish watching Blazing Saddles.
No.
We're like 10 or 15 minutes away from the end. and I got tired, and we were both falling asleep. I was like,
oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I got it.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I was 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm a little
What?
damn Rocky.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got a
jealous.
Nice,
No, look at
he's
that.
got a nice setup. Yeah.
Look
I
at
know.
that setup,
I
Rocky
know.
Stucci. I was looking at the Facebooks on Twitter, on Facebooks on Twitter.
Facebook's on Twitter. The pictures on Facebook.
Pictures on Facebook with Rocky. Nice little. That's a comfy little ghetto. And you know what you could do with that
Yeah.
is put one of those, like not a space heater per se, but those heating lamp thingies or heating thing right out there.
Yep.
Come wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a little fire pit right there in the middle.
Right.
Dude.
That'd be good.
Dude.
Yeah. And I bet he does already.
I'm going to go over there. I'm going to his house and get drunk. He looks like he could put away a couple.
He has.
I'm sure he has. I've never seen it.
I've seen.
Yeah, well, I haven't.
Yeah, well, that's because you don't keep up with the socials.
I do keep up with the socials. I have this weird thing that I don't think that. Okay, so people like him, Stu Peters, even Dominic Izzo, who I'm a little bit more comfortable with. But a lot of these other guys, like they have a bigger following. They've been doing this longer. All this other stuff. I'm still like I'm just here. I'm just some guy. You know what I mean? Like for some weird reason, like I know, and I know it sounds stupid.
Really?
I know.
Really?
I know how it sounds.
I could see it for Sam Sorbo.
Well, that's a little different too, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I could see it for Sam.
But I mean, there are people who actually have done things with their lives and they're more successful than I am. And so there's that.
They've just been doing this longer?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's still, I wouldn't call it intimidation, but there's I don't know. I don't know.
It's the homeschooler kicking in.
I guess.
I think that's what it is.
I guess.
I think that has to be what it is. Some other news that kicked in over the weekend. The reporter who broke the bombshell story about the tarmac meeting between former President Bill Clinton and the Attorney General at the time, Loretta Lynch. Mm-hmm. Remember that story?
I
June
do.
2016?
I do. It was a little weird.
Yeah.
Everybody was she was on there for a while. I think it was like 2 or 3 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were on that plane talking about quote unquote the kids. For 2 hours. Random, not so random meeting on the tarmac. Yeah, on his private jet.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Don't know what exactly was being discussed, but I'm pretty sure that that's a lot of I don't know. I don't see 3 hours of talking about grandkids, and you could have like a lot of grandkids, and I don't see that conversation going there. My humble opinion.
By the way, just so you do know, it is true. I was reminded, and it is a good point. Rocky Stucci does lead us in as of now.
Well, good for him.
Like, what I mean is, he comes on and his show is now right before ours.
I know.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And
for
that's
him.
good. You have Rance Vizzo.
Yeah.
And then right after him is Rocky Stucci.
Yep.
And then us.
Yeah. Well, I knew that. I was part of the
shtick.
Yeah, we were all informed of that earlier. But
yes, we are. So, it's very true.
Well, it's because
it's part of that whole conversation that we had over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a good show. It's just
he does.
It's one of those. It's sad that it gets thrown. It was being thrown at the midnight hour, and so
now it's being live.
Yeah, and earlier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's better to catch him live
because then you guys get to comment with him along the way.
And he's a hoot.
He is. He's awesome.
He's an awesome guy.
He has a lot of great stories that he talks about. Anyway. So
my humble opinion on this is there's one of two things that are happening.
Right.
Either they were scheming something.
Right.
Or they literally caught Bill in the throes of another
thingamabob.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
Because that's
which
a long
is blah.
Yeah, which is because time frame is that it's either perfect time to come up with a scheme of some kind, devious politically, or to be doing the do.
Because at that point in time, Hillary was under investigation.
Mm-hmm. Now everybody's obviously leaning more towards the whole, well, she's the attorney general.
Also, she was trying to run for president.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Loretta Lynch. She was the attorney general.
He was the former president.
It was of the person who's being in charge. So a lot of people were immediately going to, they're trying to make sure that she's, they're trying to come up with some scheme and blah blah. And that's possible.
She was under investigation.
It is also possible that they may have had a thing and they got caught.
Well, like I said. Remember the reporter?
I do. I don't remember him personally, but right. I remember. Yeah.
So the reporter used to live in like the Arizonas. When he did the story, it was Arizona, whatever.
Yeah, because that's where. Yeah. Well, he just happened to be
Phoenix,
there.
Yeah. He got at the time he had so many death threats and angry emails and things sent to him that he decided that after he broke that story, he was going to go back home to Alabama.
Okay.
And that was because the people in Alabama were supporting him. They were sending him like, oh, thank you for putting out the story.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so he was
go where you might have at least a little bit of support.
He went back to his family.
Makes
basically.
Sense.
He went back to Alabama, went back to his family and all the rest of it.
Okay.
Now, he was, just so you know, the market-wise, Arizona market for news and television and all the rest of it, he was in the top 10. Like he was in the top 10 market.
Yeah.
He went to Alabama, which was like the top 50.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely taken a drop there.
So he took a major drop,
but
after dropping a huge bombshell story.
Of course, because again, what good is being in the top 10 market if you're dead?
Funny that you say that. Veteran TV anchor Christopher Sign was found dead by first responders inside of a residence earlier Saturday morning after emergency dispatchers received a 911 call.
Wow. So did they find him with suicide and 2 bullet holes in the back of his head? A suicide note and everything too? Was that?
Lieutenant Keith Chekslabak said that the Sign's death was...
Not the signs of death.
No, Sign's death. Christopher Sign.
Christopher Sign's
death. Yeah, his death is being investigated as a suicide.
Really?
Really? Sign was 45 years old. He had a wife and 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, totally didn't see that coming.
Right?
So he leaves a top 10 market because of all the death threats to come home to a place where he would feel relatively safe.
Yeah, that was in 2016.
Only to kill himself.
5 years later.
Why didn't he just stay in Arizona then? Just let them do it. I mean, if you're going to go out, then you might, and I'm not trying to.
Yeah, right.
Something that doesn't make sense. And I think I'm comfortable adding this to the Clinton tally.
Are you?
I think I am.
You comfortable with this?
I am.
Another suicide?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Just
well.
Are we gonna start seeing Christopher Lynch didn't kill himself like Jeffrey Epstein stuff?
I don't know, but probably.
I may have to start that.
Maybe so.
I think I'm going to.
I mean, we did do this.
We did. I just
did do the other one.
I just did.
Yeah. So, it's It's funny that you would say those things.
Say what things?
The things that you said before I actually said the show.
I know.
It's funny.
It's almost like a segue.
It's kind of like you almost knew.
Almost
knew what was going to happen there, and it's sad, really.
It is sad.
It's actually upsetting, but
because anybody who dies, let's assume that it truly was a suicide. Like that, for a person to hit that point of their life, that the only way out is suicide. Like that's got to be a very low, rough point
that has to be.
And my heart
difficult.
goes out to the families, regardless of what the situation was. Like there's a wife and children who are without a husband and a father. And I can't imagine.
Untimely so.
Yeah. Well, whose time?
That's true.
That always bugged me. Like when people say, "Oh, he died too young." No, he died when he was supposed to.
Apparently.
That depends. Well, I guess if you're a person of faith or whatever, then everything has a time and a place. And
everything has a time.
It's
and
a plan,
place.
and it's what it is. And
sure.
So to say it, but I mean, I guess if you're not of faith, then I can see where you would go. Well, he happened too young, because you're basing everything off of what you are expecting and what you want, and not off of the bigger plan. And
no, what I want is to not
picture.
die. So at that point,
no, that's true. That's what I'm saying.
If I was to be, selfish, what I would want is to not die.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That's being selfish, though.
That's true. Of course, you might change your mind in 30 years or
maybe
40
so,
years.
Maybe so. But at the same point in time, you
never know.
That's that whole idea that you look at it and you're like, all right, so this is what I believe. So what happens if I'm wrong?
I'd rather be wrong, believe it and be wrong, than not believe it and
be wrong.
Be wrong.
Yeah, I'd rather be wrong this way than that. But at the same point in time, if I'm wrong this way, I won't know it anyway.
That's right. So either way, it's a win.
I'm just saying.
In my humble opinion.
That last part bothers me more than anything.
The not knowing?
Yeah.
But you won't know that you don't know.
I know.
So it can't bug
That's the problem.
But you won't know that you don't know.
But I know right now.
But then that's all that matters.
No, hold on. I believe right now this. Okay? But I don't know if that's real.
But you'll be dead, and if you're wrong, then you won't know that you're wrong.
Right, and that bothers me.
But you'll be dead.
But it bothers me now.
Worry about that then when the time comes.
But that's the problem.
Because you'll be dead and won't know it.
That's right.
Oh my God.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Wow. And this lap around Steven's brain is brought to you by American Pride Roasters Coffee.
Get 3 more laps when you go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Historically great coffee. So the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, thank you.
Told employees to avoid using biased terms, quote unquote. Biased terms.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. All right.
You got some?
So, yeah, biased terms.
Yeah, give me one.
Federal Reserve.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
It is neither federal nor a reserve.
No, that's not what
Federal Reserve is not a federal anything, and it's also not a reserve.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
It's a
But that's not what they're talking about.
Privately ran printing facility for money.
Yeah, no, I agree completely with you.
Yeah.
But that's not what it is. But that's not
not what they're talking about?
That's not the biased terms that they are saying to stay away from.
Whatever.
No, that's not the biased terms.
What are you doing? Okay.
Well, such as founding fathers.
So what?
Yeah, founding fathers. That's biased.
That's biased.
Mm-hmm.
To what?
Well, the patriarchy for starters.
Biased towards the patriarchy.
The founding fathers were also racist because this country was built on the backs of slavery. Oddly enough, though, referring to the building on the backs of people and blah blah blah, man-made. Man-made is another biased term that they say to avoid using.
So we'd have to always say artificial.
No, I don't know what the replacement is. They just don't want you to say man-made.
Okay, well, if something's man-made, that means it's not made naturally.
Yeah.
Okay, so artificial.
I guess. They even want to ditch, quote, singular generic pronouns.
Singular generic. So no he, her, she, him.
Mother, father, that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be they, them, their, their.
Or one. Yeah, at this point, you just say one. One's this and one would have to. A former Fed staff with knowledge of the matter told Fox News that the Federal Reserve Board of Governors issued the guidance to all employees nationwide as of April 29th.
Everybody becomes you.
Everybody does become you. And you become everyone.
That's right.
That's probably their new slogan. Quote,
We are you.
that sounds dirty. Anyway, quote, bias-free language recognizes diversity and avoids stereotyping, demeaning, and excluding people on the basis of gender, race, ethnic group, religion, age, ability/disability, or sexual orientation. End quote. The guidance states according to the cable network.
Sorry. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure.
There's a little bit more. Let me see if I can clean it up.
Okay.
Quote, continuing on, try to avoid words and phrases that may be considered offensive, pejorative, or prejudice, whether consciously or unconsciously, as these can distract your audience from the ideas/informations that you're trying to convey. End quote.
So you don't want me to talk to people. You don't want me to talk. Is what you're saying.
No. You have freedom of speech. You can say what you want. You just can't
say those words.
You can't say words.
So words can't.
You have to use bias-free language that recognizes diversity and avoids stereotyping, demeaning, and excluding people of, based off of gender or race, ethnic group, religion, age, disability, or abilities, or sexual orientation. That's all.
Well, I mean big
deal.
That entire no big deal.
It's no big deal.
No big deal.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying that entire ruling
Yeah.
goes against my ability to speak.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's about what you project and do towards others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
have free speech. You can say what you want.
Oh, okay.
Just don't say any of those things.
It's like I can. It's like I have freedom of action, but I have to wear a mask.
Like when you go bicycling nude to Philadelphia.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Exactly. The cable network said the guidance contains a list of off-limits, quote unquote, bias terms. That include such terms as blacklist,
which is blacklisted.
Yeah. Nobody else saw that irony apparently either. Grandfathered.
When something is grandfathered, that just means that it's brought in.
No, we know what it means. But I would love to know what part of grandfathered is considered bias.
It's now grandparented.
No, but I'm saying, is it because of that, or is it because of the fact?
It's because of fathered.
No, well, I'm saying, is it because of that?
Yeah.
Patriarchy type thing.
Sure, yeah.
Or what does being grandfathered into something mean? You're
exempt.
Yeah, there's a level of, whether it's cell service or a job or whatever, there are rules that don't apply to you.
Yeah.
That apply to everyone else. So I wonder if is it having to do with the patriarchy, or is it because the whole word itself would imply that there are people who get things that other people do not, and therefore you can't say it because everyone should be getting everything the same.
So you're saying it's kind of like a double-edged word.
I'm wondering. I'm just guessing.
I don't think they thought that deep into it. I think it's really just it has the word father in it.
We're a bit shallow running. Is that what you're saying?
it has the word father.
It might be. It might be just that simple.
It has the word father in it.
It might be. Well, oddly enough, and Founding Fathers is also on that list as well.
There you go.
Instead, employees should use alternate terms, such as denied instead of blacklisted. You should be denied. Legacy instead of grandfathered.
Right.
Which, again, when grandfathered, I don't like legacy. I understand denied.
You have a legacy policy.
That doesn't make sense. That's so stupid. And instead of founding fathers, you do just say founders.
Okay. So literally it's just exempting anything that has to do with men.
Pretty much. Well, oddly enough,
a color.
Other terms such as whitelisted, manpower, man-made, as well as singular generic pronouns he, she, his, hers, should be replaced with more bias-free alternatives, such as allowed, artificial.
I called it.
You did. Yep. While the Fed stopped short of suggesting alternative pronouns such as Z and Zer, which many readers of the Fox News and everything like that said the Fed indicated they, their, and theirs would be fine.
See, they're trying to get rid of all singular pronouns as well.
Yeah, you're
so
not
not just gendered, but singular.
You are no longer an individual, a unique individual. You instead,
you're no longer the individual snowflake that you are.
Yes, that's all gone. You are now a homunculi.
Right. You're now part of the cog.
Pretty much. You are an amorphous blob that becomes whatever
they want you to be.
Whatever the collective decides that you must be a part of.
See, it sounds to me like they're trying to do another form of newspeak.
Well, it would.
They're trying to force, and this is the Federal Reserve, once again, not actually federal, not a reserve.
Yeah, it's the do as I say, not as I do. Yes.
Right.
Yes, yes.
This is the Federal Reserve is the most openly known shadow quasi-government agency there is.
They used to be government. They're not anymore.
No, they're not. They've never been government.
Well, federal.
Not.
I know, but Federal Reserve, everyone thought that for years.
Yeah, and they thought, oh, that had to be the thing. It's the bank for the government, it's the Federal Reserve. No. They said that, and they set that up so that everybody would be easily confused, and they did a damn good job.
Yep.
Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the federal government other than the fact that they print money for it.
Yeah. Isn't it great? Federal Reserve regional banks recently hosted Racism and the Economy for the purpose of, quote, understanding the implications of structural racism in America's economy and advancing actions, improving economic outcomes for all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
Don't get out there and actually do for you and make your own way and blah, blah, blah. No. Everybody should be getting a fair, an even piece of the pie.
That's equity.
The outlet added...
Not equality.
Yeah.
Equity.
Yeah, but it's spelled the same way.
Ish.
Why can't it?
Why can't it be spelled the same way?
Yeah. Because, this is 2021. You can't, stuff doesn't mean anything anymore. So equity and equality is exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it could be. No, it's not.
Do you think anybody pays attention to the L? No. Nobody pays attention to that.
The AL?
Yeah. Nobody pays attention to that. Well, I'm more worried about the L. Because nobody sees the A either, but whatever.
Who cares?
The outlet added that Republican U.S. Senator Pat Toomey, a ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, said he reviewed the bank's focus on, quote, politically charged issues like global warming and racial injustice.
I'm sorry. So what? Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah, he reviewed it.
You reviewed Pat Toomey.
Yeah.
You were reviewing their focus on global warming and racial justice.
Yeah. It worked out.
It's a printing press.
Yeah. The nation's printing press.
It's the nation's printing press.
In a letter from the Pennsylvania GOP senator to the Minneapolis, Boston, and Atlanta Reserve Banks reads, quote, of course, racism is abhorrent and has no place in our society. I recognize the interest in studying economic disparities along demographic lines such as race and gender. However, this subject matter is fraught with ideological assumptions and interpretations, and the work and analysis of the Fed seems heavily laden with political and value judgments. Whether or not this is your personal view, I would remind you that only Congress has the authority to reform the Federal Reserve or modify its statutory mission. Moreover, I would caution you on the reputational damage being inflicted on the Federal Reserve as a whole by pursuing a highly politicized social agenda unrelated to monetary policy, end quote.
Well, thanks, Pat Toomey.
You got worried there, didn't you, when he said he was reviewing it?
That sounds great.
It does sound great.
It sounds great.
But
it means nothing.
It doesn't. It
means
sounds
absolutely
good, though.
That sounds really good, Pat Toomey.
Yeah. Sounds good, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
So there you go. Federal Reserve. Don't use bad words.
Oh.
Don't.
Yes, that's correct. Big Farm Steve.
Do 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 do.
That is correct.
Sweat of his private, like more times than I care to admit. Once you find that loophole, you just keep running with it.
Just keep on plugging.
Da 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 da. No, you come here. Oh. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
This is Defenders Live.
I really wouldn't mind having some psychic paper.
I'm so stealing that.
Like, I really wouldn't mind having some psychic paper and just shoving it into somebody's face. Just be like, look, see?
Well, I know, and I understand that, but just so we're clear, if you could make it work on other people, I'm pretty sure other people will figure a way to make it work on you too. So
True.
I'd rather not have it at all.
Right.
That's my humble opinion. There you go. Dinosaurs become chickens. Chickens become chicken meat.
Chicken meat becomes dinosaur nuggets.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we call the evolutionary circle.
That's right.
Anywho's.
Can we get one thing straight about dinosaurs?
What's that?
They're dragons.
Okay.
They didn't turn into chickens or birds.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. None of that happened.
No, they didn't.
They're dragons.
Uh-huh.
Before we had the word dinosaur, we called them dragons.
Yeah.
That's how they were. That they're giant lizards.
I agree. Do you feel better that you got that off your chest?
No, because it's bothering me. It bothers me.
We're going to scrap these next stories and just do it now talk for the rest of the show.
No, but that really bothers me.
What?
Calling all birds raptors now? That's what they're doing.
It's because they allegedly found them with feathers or feather-type protrusions. I know.
One, and they can't even say that the feathers are really connected to it or not.
I know, and then they say that the bones are hollow like birds and blah, 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 blah.
What? You found one.
I don't.
One time.
My only thought and I'm trying to piece this out. And this does not help it. This is just my own thought.
Sure, yeah.
I would my humble belief on the thing is there were dinosaurs that were on the earth from the beginning of time.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Mainly dragons. Yeah.
Whatever. Tomato. And then the flood came. Noah's Ark. Blah blah blah. Wipes them all out.
All out. Yeah.
Okay. So then, if they get wiped out, then how do you get things like all the sightings of stuff and the sounds and stuff? Have you? What's his name? Kent. Son of a bitch. What's his name? Kent somebody or another.
I know
the dinosaur guy. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Creationism and dinosaurs and blah blah blah. Like I've when I was a kid, we went to one of his things that he was over in off of Glenwood Avenue, and like you hear like he played it like it was an audio recording of some noise that was unlike any animal I'd ever heard before.
Right. Yeah.
And it was recorded in the Congo and all these stories and stuff like that. So my question would be: is if they were all wiped out during the flood, then how do they still have?
Who said they were all wiped out? Two of every kind, man.
Yeah, but they didn't have dinosaurs.
How do you know?
I've seen the.
You've seen the picture, the one from all the kids make.
I was on the Ark.
You were there.
I went to the one in Kentucky. Yeah,
Yeah.
they made it to spec though.
I know they did.
They made it to spec.
Yeah.
There's no way they could have had dinosaurs on there. They couldn't have.
Right. They couldn't have eggs.
Oh, you know what? I didn't think of that. See, this is the stuff that goes, I'm not very bright. A lot of you people listening go, wow, he occasionally has a good idea. No, there's times I'm dumber than a box of hammers.
They couldn't have had small ones? Like
I didn't, like the small ones are not going to, no, like even the small ones.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the egg thing. I really didn't.
Like some eggs, small ones. Like they couldn't have had.
Can you imagine being one of Noah's kids? Go collect the eggs. All right, Seth, you're going to collect eggs.
Tyrannosaurus.
Damn it, Dad. Do I have to go this time?
And okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Why does Tyrannosaurus? Why is it always pictured with really short arms?
Because they found these really short arms next to the most complete thing, and
Nope.
they didn't have any arms at all. They just want to stick something on there.
They put raptor arms on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they thought it would look cool. Wouldn't it be funny to find out if the actual Tyrannosaurus Rex had like arms that reached down to the ground?
It was no problem. It was like full dragon arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around and that would change. Like I would love to find that out and then turn around and completely redo like the Jurassic
Because
Park movies.
still a free slug doing the thing of the Tyrannosaurus jumping up and down and things. It doesn't even look like the arms are in the proper place for regular arms because they're so small in comparison to the rest of the body. It doesn't make any sense.
No. It does.
It's laughable. Okay. The most complete dinosaur structure they ever had was like 30%. And no, he's not talking about Ken Ham. He's talking about another guy whose son is now on a creationism show because he was arrested for he was arrested and taken like his entire stuff in Florida. Like I know you're talking about Kent Hovind.
Yeah, Hovind. That's it. Yeah, it was Hovind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kent
It
Hovind.
wasn't Ken Ham. It was Kent Hovind.
Yeah, Kent Hovind.
Yeah.
He was hauled off to jail for
he was
for not paying his taxes.
Yeah.
Because he didn't believe that the government that he needed to pay taxes to the government.
Which is ironic because he is allegedly a devout Christian and part of faith
he was also a school teacher and like part of the faith is you give
give to Caesar what is Caesar's,
right,
and
that's part of the deal.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
when he didn't.
What are they asking you for?
He didn't
All right,
do that.
You should do that. It's probably the best.
Sweatman's Prime over on Twitter at Dylan Lyles. A bag of assorted hammers or a bag of like identical ball peen hammers. There's a scale after all. That's true.
There is.
Well, there is. And
there is.
I would probably say just an assorted ones.
Just assorted hammers?
Assorted hammers.
Assorted hammers.
Ball peen and claw and
all the rest of it.
Little tack hammers.
Mallet.
Yeah.
Like a big heavy mallet.
I I love that movie.
Such a good movie.
Anyway, but I'm with you. Like, there's just things about dinosaurs, and like it's funny because everybody's like, "Well, no, it can't be that way because blah blah blah, this, that, and the third." I'm like, but there's like fossilized quote dinosaur footprints with man's footprints in them. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't. I
like literally in the footprint,
Yeah.
you see a track of a human footprint.
Yeah,
Like it was just literally following right behind it.
how long it takes to fossilize something?
Actually, not that long.
Well, but it does take a while.
If you find it underground, sure, but it doesn't take that long. You can actually fossilize. You can make Ken Ham fossilized a ham.
Did he?
Yes. He truly fossilized a ham. You wanna know how he did it? Ash.
Really?
Yeah, he fossilized it in ash
Huh?
for 6 months.
That's it?
Yep.
6 months?
Yep. He then took a core sample of the whole thing and sent it off to get it tested for age.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And they came back like,
Oh, yeah.
this is 300 million
Yep.
years old.
300 million years old
like-
ham. He's like, no, it's 6 months old.
It's 6 months
6 months old
I-
ham.
You're an idiot.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
guys
I've
are.
always known the carbon dating thing was a crap load to begin with, but.
Right.
And the funny thing, when people talk about dinosaurs and religion is like, especially Christianity, they're like, well, how you can't, the two don't work and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. And I'm like,
Behemoth.
well, Leviathan, like there's all kinds of, like it describes something.
I'm sorry.
There's-
tail like a cedar tree?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm just saying.
I haven't seen any animal with a tail like a cedar tree.
No. And then, you do find the bones. Again, you don't have full, skeletons, and I understand that.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is you have enough evidence, at least at that point, to prove that there was something.
Yes. There was something, and it was huge.
But I love how people turn around and go, well, because these things don't connect, then I don't believe in God. Well, why?
Okay?
Why?
Doesn't matter.
No, but like the logic there doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why? What does that have to do with, whether or not you accept Jesus as your savior? And again, if we're right, then, you don't want to be on the wrong end of that. So I'm just saying, like, it just fascinates me how people are just, we have to go this route and it has to be evolution. I don't like the evolutionary thing. Aside from the fact that it goes against what I believe.
Uh-huh.
I also don't like the randomness of it.
Right.
Because I don't see how people, a race of creatures such as the humans, who are very greedy, who are very controlling, who are very selfish, can actually buy into a theory and a belief system that takes
would take Godhead away from them.
Yeah, which is ironic because that's exactly what Christianity does. But at least well,
that's actually the point.
But
why would we create something like that?
Well, but I was gonna say that. Yeah, I got that. But they did it for evolution,
right?
And things like that because it's taking control away. You have
absolutely
choice in
no
it.
Control.
Like again, between the two forms of control, I would rather have the idea of
intervening God,
of a being that is overseeing everything,
some intelligence.
Yes, that even at this point, even if it was turned out to be aliens, I'm good with that. To have some kind of higher being in control of something and calling the shots, than literally random roll of the dice,
whatever it is,
because that just sucks to me.
And it's useless for the most part.
Because at least with, a higher being having a plan, then that means that, the chances of something going my way would be a tad higher than just randomness, because randomness means,
right.
we could get, drilled through the skull by a meteor at any moment. And
very, very true.
I mean, I guess we could.
We could at any time.
I don't know.
That's why we have the atmosphere. It burns up most of that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of randomness and things killing us all, the G7 summit happened over the weekend.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I missed it.
Our president, Joe Biden, was there.
Huh?
Yep. Apparently, he had a few memory lapses.
Wait,
and
Joe Biden?
And a couple gaffes.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
The president of the United States.
That's right.
Who has a teleprompter in front of his face.
Most of the time.
Now, this is G7. They had to have. Everybody got them.
No.
Really?
They were all sitting at tables and facing each other.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. At one point, fellow world leaders openly laughed at Joe Biden over his forgetfulness at the G7 conference in Cornwall, England. During the press conference on Sunday, Biden stumbled while speaking about Russia ahead of the 16th of June meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva. By the way, do you know what that meeting's about?
I do, but I'm drawing a blank.
That meeting specifically has to do with prisoner swapping. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
God.
Now, side note here. There was it was on TV today.
Okay.
I was in the break room getting a cup of coffee, and I noticed there was Putin on TV, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop and figure this out. All right.
Okay.
Putin was on TV. He was talking with the guy. The interviewer was asking him questions directly in English. There was no delay in his response, but he responded only in Russian. It's like, I'm sorry. I know we have really good translating systems now, but there's still at least a half a minute delay.
He's in Russia, for crying out loud. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, they're not.
It was at the G7.
They're at G7. They're in England.
G7.
Still, it's England. It's still, there's a delay to get across the ocean.
Like, he's there too.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
To get the signal, though, from from England to here, there's going to be a delay just getting that. Like,
No, I'm saying, yeah, but they were talking right in front of each other. There was no delay between.
If
he had a translator app in his ear. If he had a translator app in his ear.
Yeah. I thought
there would have been at least a 30-second delay there.
The way I was reading it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
They're sitting here and he's
okay
on a screen. Gotcha.
Here's the point. The point that he made was he was asked a question. So you guys are talking about a prisoner swap here, but from what we're told, the prisoner was put in jail. The two Americans that were Marines are put in jail for disorderly conduct while intoxicated. Is that correct?
Huh.
And his response was basically, well, yeah, these two Marines basically got the rocks off, and they're now paying their due price for it. And no, I don't see a problem with it, especially when you consider how many Russians are in American prisons.
How many Russians are in American prisons?
That's a good question. Most of them are in the mafia.
Yeah, but that's okay. Should you go to a foreign country or any place for that matter and become a drunken douche? No, you shouldn't.
But should you be pushed to a point to where now you're imprisoned until you get released politically?
Well, I was going to say, political prisoner for being a drunken douche and
actual
crimes of like murder and theft and money laundering and that's not exactly the same.
That's one of the things that Putin and Biden are going to be discussing at their meeting in Switzerland.
How much do you want to bet that we might get like two?
We're going to get those two Marines back.
Those two Marines back, and we're going to end up like unloading about
like
a third.
50.
I was going to say about a third of all the Russians in prison.
Right.
That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so stupid. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The nights you say knee over on Twitter, you're talking about Putin on TV, and my mind goes to Young Frankenstein. Put on red. Put on red.
Yeah, that's good.
I made the kids watch that the other day.
That's awesome. Oh yeah. So the Bidens had something to say.
Really?
We can work together with Russia. For example, in Libya.
Yeah.
We should be opening up the passage to be able to go through, provide food assistance and economic, vital assistance to the population that's in real trouble.
In Libya.
Yeah.
In Libya.
Yep.
We haven't been in Libya in
Biden was confusing Libya for Syria.
Because, tomato. They spelled exactly the same. With
Middle East, what are you going to do?
It's that one letter.
Yep.
But it's not.
And
but
all those letters.
All the letters.
Just those letters.
There's a giant Y in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
I How dare you?
Right. Yeah. Previously, the First Lady Jill Biden proclaimed that her husband was, quote, so well prepared for the conference. He's been studying for weeks.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
He knows the most about the leaders that will be there.
Stop it.
Joe loves foreign policy. That's his forte.
Stop. He's been studying?
Studying.
What is he, taking an exam?
Yes.
You're the president of the United States. There should not be a study. You should have some level of cognitive ability
I
to
mean,
be
he
able
has
to...
a study, but that's a physical
I don't
place.
believe that.
That's a physical place.
It is. It's got a table where he makes his little Play-Doh models. And
Right,
things
yeah,
like
that's
that.
a study, yeah.
Coloring
it has
books.
books on the wall, but they're never touched.
No, they are. They're all pop-up books. That's why he doesn't go to them, because it scares the shit out of him every time he opens a book up. Oh, God. Every time. Putting on it. He turns around and he's got, a little finger painting station over here. He's got a swirly slide up top. Comes down to the floor.
All with rainbow colors.
Yeah, and the carpet is that play carpet that looks like a city.
Yes.
With a little road and stuff.
Yeah, so
on
he
it.
could take his cars
He
and
can take his
drive
little
around.
Matchbox cars and play with them. Exactly. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's a study.
That's his study.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, the Times Magazine was ridiculed last week for an extremely flattering cover featuring the illustration of Biden appearing years younger and the headline that read, "Taking on Putin."
Take it on Putin! Instead of putting on the Reds, it's taking on Putin.
Putin is a risk.
Wow.
Biden already said he won't hold a joint press conference with Putin because he doesn't want to get that diverted by who talked the most. Also during the
hold on. Hold on.
Well, yeah, what?
He said he
What?
won't hold a joint press conference with
With
Putin
Putin.
because he doesn't want to get
Bogged down.
diverted
Yeah, he doesn't want to get bogged
by
down.
who talked the most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he's not going to talk much.
But
Because he's going to space out.
no, and I
forget
got
where he is.
that's the truth of that. But I'm just saying, like, if your reasoning for talking to another nation's leader
Yes.
is actually of importance,
Yeah. No.
then does it matter
no.
who talks the most? Seriously, it doesn't matter who talks the most.
Right.
As long as there is an agreement or there's compromise or at least an intent of something to be moved forward to be rectified with the situation, not well, I don't want to do this because I don't want people coming back later and saying that I didn't talk as much.
Right.
So, did what few words you said make a difference? Did it change anything? Were you able to be successful, or at least, the ground started to be successful?
No.
That's why, because you're a failure and you don't want to be called out on it anymore. It would be a waste of time. And at this point, you were such a failure that it would turn around and make things worse. And you want to turn around and wait for things to be set up to be worse for when someone else comes along and it's not you.
Also during the presser, Biden said, quote, "I'm sorry. I'm going to get in trouble with staff if I don't do this the right way." Before selecting the Bloomberg to ask him a question. At a prior press conference at the White House, Biden was using a cheat sheet to determine which reporters to call on.
You're the president of the United States, arguably leader of the free world. Well, leader and free both being very subjective.
Yeah.
But you're the guy, for all intents and purposes, who, as the way at least it's being ran now, has the ability to. You're the guy in charge. You're it, and you're afraid of staffers.
Yeah, because
Shouldn't the staffers be afraid of you?
No, not in this situation. They're the handlers.
Now that makes sense. I can see that.
He has to call them staffers so people don't get upset.
He's going to have to change that because staffers implies, a fallacy, which would also, or not a fallacy, but something phallical, which would imply gender.
Right.
So you're going to have to change that.
Right. Yeah. You can't
Have
use
to change.
staff anymore.
No.
You can't do that.
It'll have to be something else. I don't know what it would be.
It's very gender specific.
It is. It is. It's part. It links to the patriarchy.
Yep.
Which, oddly enough, he fits the mold almost to a T.
Right. Biden delivered a befuddling comment during the presser saying that COVID, I know you all know, but a lot of people may not know what COVID is, that this is a system whereby they're going to provide funding for states to get access to vaccines.
Hold on. Not only did he imply that the rest of the world doesn't know what COVID is.
Right.
He didn't even get COVID right. COVID is not a system by which people get funding for states to get access to vaccines.
The White House issued a correction for they issued a correction, okay?
Well, they kind of had
saying
to.
that when he said COVID, he meant COVAX. Biden reportedly made the same error on 3 separate occasions during the press conference. COVAX is the worldwide initiative aimed at equitable access to coronavirus vaccine.
Okay, it still isn't right because the way he described it, it was a system whereby it would provide funding for states, not the world.
States.
You're still wrong.
Right. He's wrong on all counts. On all count. During the summit, there was a conference between G7 leaders, U.S., U.K., France, Germany, Italy, Canada, and Japan.
And they all laughed at us. Every one of them.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Oh, they did.
Along with other leaders from India, South Korea, and Africa, the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson introduced the leaders who were not G7 members, said, quote, "Welcome to those who have just joined us. We have some pretty spectacular weather. We have a Prime Minister Modi of India, President Ramaphosa from South Africa, President Moon from South Korea in just a minute." A confused Biden then interrupted Johnson to inform him that he didn't introduce Ramaphosa, but despite Johnson literally introducing her seconds before him, her, I don't know.
I don't know.
And the president of South Africa
I
said Joe Biden to Johnson.
The girlfriend told me, showed me a meme
Yeah.
the other day, and I wish I'd saved it. I don't have it right now in front of me, so I might butcher this a little bit.
Sure.
But apparently, Boris Johnson made the comment that, how did he compare himself? It was him and Biden was apparently some kind of awesome duo or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way
Bonnie and Clyde sort of thing.
Kind of. I can't remember exactly how it was.
Starsky and Hutch.
Kind of. It was up there along those lines, but he turned around and it said actually that the meme continued on and said, I wouldn't, if in the opinion of whoever was writing it, I wouldn't compare them to Bert and Ernie because I don't want to insult the rest of the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane the fact that this guy has, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy what America is now. Because by the time these next 3.5 years are over,
yeah,
we are going to be so far in a hole. I'm going to be honest with you. I would be surprised if this show makes it in those 4 years. And it has nothing to do with support. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It has
to do with the fact that the American infrastructure is going to die so hard.
I have a very bad feeling.
That's bad.
And it's not like, and everybody had that with Obama and everything else. Obama.
No. Hold on.
I wasn't that worried about
the one problem I had with Obama was the fact that he was trying to get rid of all of the coal, which is literally the foundation for power supply.
I was kind of heading that way.
Yeah,
Obama had his problems. There was a lot of things I was worried about, but I didn't think ever that it would wake up one day and we would be wearing red and I would not recognize my country and blah, blah, blah.
You kind of concerned about that now?
I'm absolutely worried about that now. And it's not because of what is being done. It's the fact that the guy literally doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground.
The person that is the figurehead of our country is a complete moron.
And we're the laughingstock of things. You don't think for a second that there's not a nation out there that wouldn't want to take advantage of that? I don't know. Putin?
Yeah. By the way, Benjamin Netanyahu has been voted out.
Oh, great. We're done.
of Israel, or voted out of their
Told you,
government.
beginning of the end. I'm telling you, because they're going to get somebody progressive that's going to take over in his spot.
Right.
Not that like Netanyahu was the greatest of greats. I mean, he was not.
Like he had his problems too.
He had his problems. But now they're going to get some weird progressive douchebag in there who's going to turn around. I'm telling you, is going to ruin everything. You watch. Palestine will take over Israel.
Again.
It'll be over. It's going to be done.
Yep.
America is going to fall. Palestine will take over Israel.
Well, let's not say that quick. All right.
Oh, no. I'm calling it.
on.
I will call it. Call
You're-
Tinfoil had it.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Okay.
I'm calling it.
All right.
I'm calling it.
All
I
right.
believe it in my soul. I don't like it, but it's
Yeah.
happening.
All right.
It's there.
Well, you did it.
So it's out there. You know what else is I finally got my coffee.
Yay!
The U.S. Postal Service finally brought me my American Pride Roasters coffee.
Another thing going to hell.
Yes. American Pride Roasters is where you go to get historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
So good.
Go to mojo50.com. Check out the other awesome hosts and shows going on over there. They got Mojo TV. You can watch things live over there. Great stuff to check out. Mojo50.com. Also on iHeartRadio under the Mojo50 Radio banner. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Got the shop. We got all kinds of things. Got the archives going all the way back to way back when. Follow us on all social medias at DOAE Show. Make sure you like, share, and follow. Tell your friends so we can see if we can insult other people that you know.
We'll catch you again tomorrow night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.